afternoon, everyone, and welcome to What the Why with Barbara Ann on RVN Television. If you haven't seen us before, our show features conversations with diverse leaders from all walks of life about why they do what they do and how they figure things out. Maybe you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, or maybe you feel stuck and want to get unstuck, whether it's in your business, your job, or even your life. All of our guests have something in common with you. At some point in their lives, they felt similarly. And today is no exception. Please join me in welcoming Haim Ohayon, published author and founder of In Motion Coach. Haim is a certified life coach and business coach in Nassau County, Long Island, New York. His vast array of training and experience, it makes him a perfect fit to help his clients achieve their goals in life. Not only does he provide them with a detailed assessment that assists with helping them find their true purpose in life, he also provides them with a step-by-step plan to achieve their goals while finding their inner peace. His passion lies in his sincere desire to help others, and being a life and business coach allows him to help others achieve what they want from life. As Haim states on his website, all of us are on this planet to make a difference and to be the best we can be. His personal life mission is to help people reach the place of becoming the best they can be. In Motion Coach's success is only determined by their clients' success in life and business. They are aware that clients may not know how to get to the place that they want to be, so they partner with them to help them get there. Haim is also an inspirational speaker and author of the book, My Formula to Success. He overcame many obstacles in his own life, including homelessness, language barriers, layoffs, and more. His personal experience, his training as a life coach and business coach, and the many of successes of his clients have not only taught him to get out of the passenger seat and into the driver's seat in his own life, it has also afforded him the unique gift of duplicating the process for his clients' lives as well. His guiding promise is to guide you to think and do better. In addition to his studies with the International Coach Academy, Haim is a holistic alternative psychology master with MINDS, or MINDS, American Institute of Holistic Alternative Psychology under Dr. Dolores Seymour. Also, in addition to being an author, Haim previously had his own cable show in New York and ran a meetup group for over 1,400 people. Suffice it to say, I'm excited he's here via Zoom to share more about his experience. So without further ado, please join me and welcome Haim Ohayon. So, round of applause. Yay! So welcome, Haim.
Thank you for having me.
So I just read through all of these things that you've done, and and for our audience sake, I apologize. My voice is a little bit hoarse because I had a little bit too much fun on Friday night. But that's part of enjoying life. So Haim, your life's purpose is really to help other people figure out theirs. But I don't imagine that's what you wanted to be when you were growing up. So what did young Haim aspire to be when you were a child?
Let's take me back many, many years to, I would say, 1969. When I was in the age of 13, going 14, I was thinking what I'm gonna do in my life, what I want to be in my life. And the thing that came up for me, it was, I want to learn how the electronic working. So back then, everything became electronic. We had the transistor, we had the radio, we had the TV. So everything worked on electronic. And I said to myself, if I learn electronic, that's gonna take me for a long, long ride in my life. It's a good place to be. So I registered into school that teach electronic. But they have different path for me. They said, no, you're not gonna learn electronic. You're gonna learn how to be car mechanic. And now, in that age, what I know, I don't know a lot. I mean, I obey order, but grown up tell me. I kind of assume that they know better than I know. So I just follow. I mean, I start to learn to be as a car mechanic. And I wasn't enthusiastic about that, but I said, well, at least I learned something. Until January 2009, that's what I did. So if you do the math, it's about 40 years of my life.
Wow.
I practiced as a car mechanic. I reached level that I know how to do everything in car. I know the car from bumper to bumper. And in 2009, January 2009, I got fired as a car mechanic because I refused to compromise my value for the place that I was working. But in 2008, there was the recession, and the number kind of go down in a place where I used to work. And we asked to do kind of immoral and illegal work for the place to have more money. And I refused to do that. I said, I never did it in my life. I'm not going to start now. I'm not a kid. I'm not going to turn off who I am for this line of work. So they showed me the door and sent me out, sent me home. So now I was looking to work in other places. I mean, I need to have income. Any place I go, it's turning out that I'm overqualified,
Huh.
which is mean I'm over 50. Yeah, I have the tool, I have the skill. They need to pay me for it. And either they didn't have the money, or they say, well, you don't have many years to give because you're already you approach retired. You're not gonna, you will stop to work about 10 years. So I can take younger person that can give me 40 years instead to take you for 10. So nobody want to hire me. I said to myself, well, that's door closed. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do something different. But what? I have no clue. I have no idea. So I did something that's unusual, which is I turn around to find who am I, what I know about myself. And I find two things. I find that I love people and I love to help people. But that's still, okay, what I'm going to do with that, I still don't know. I know to fix car, I can do the same to people. I'm not a surgeon to replace part and body to people to fix them. And then I start to search what I can do with those quality. And I stumble on coaching. I say, well, that's what coaching do. I mean, they love people, they help people. Let me see how is that going to work for me. I take a course. The course was in Australia, not even in state. So I just need to dial the number and I'm in the class. And there is students from all over the world. I stayed there for 2 years and I didn't graduate. They told me, if I want to graduate, I need to bring person with problem, fix it, and move on. I said, well, that's not coaching, that's therapy. I don't want to be therapist. I don't want to deal with people problem. I have different ideal that I want to work with people. And they say, okay, what is your idea? I say, I'm going to take something good and do it great. And that's better for me, for what I want to, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
They say, well, we don't teach that. And any school you go, it's about the same curriculum, any coaching school. I say, okay, that's what I want to do. I say, okay, you're on your own, you can do whatever you want. So I step out. I went to a friend of mine. She was a receptionist for event planner, which is she have a desk, she sit in the front, she collect money, she collect data. And I talked to her, I said, do you like what you do? And she said, I love what I do. I wish I could do it for myself. I said, okay, how about that? I just finished 2 years coaching school. and I have a method that I want to work with. Are you willing to be my guinea pig? And she said, yes, if it's cost me nothing, why not? Let's see how is that going to work. We worked for 2 years. She became the president of the chambers of that town. She had the bigger office in the chambers, and she was having every month network with 10, 15 vendor that put the merchandise on the table, plus the guest speaker. And I mean, she did the work, not me. She told me what she likes to do. She want to do it for herself. So, and I said, well, what I'm thinking and what I'm doing, it's working. So let me keep up with that. And that's what I do from 2010 to today. I just need to know what is that you're looking to have in your life, and I will help you to do it. I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to do it, because nobody likes that. Nobody likes to be told how to do things or anything in that matter.
Yeah, and you raised some really interesting and critical points for people who are exploring coaching. One of which is, in true coaching, the coach doesn't tell people what to do. They know the answers. You guide them to the solutions that they already know. The other thing that you mentioned that is really important is you were definitely ahead of your time, because coaching, depending on the program you're in, the one I went through, is all about not solving problems. That's therapy. Therapy takes people from dysfunctional to functional. Coaching takes people from functional to your optimum or best possible self or outcome. So yeah, you were definitely ahead of the curve on both of those things. And believe it or not, we're already time for our mid-break. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to be back for more with Haim and how he works with his clients through In-Motion Coach to help them achieve whatever it is they're seeking. Welcome back to What the Why with Barbara Ann and today's very special guest, Haim Ohayon, who is a published author as well as founder of In-Motion Coach. And right before the break, Haim gave us the explanation of how he got from childhood of wanting to be in electronics to mechanic to the United States to continue being a mechanic to losing your position over integrity, which I applaud you for, because a lot of people would not have made that tough choice, to finding your way into coaching and helping your first client go from receptionist to in charge. What gave you the courage? I mean, I know you mentioned age discrimination, which is very much a real thing, but there's so many other paths that you could have pursued. What gave you the courage to say, you know what, this is an entirely new path for me, but I know it's right?
Life has principle. When you follow the principle, you can predict your results. And one of the main principles says something like that. If you want to have something that you didn't have before, you need to do something that you didn't do before. Now, here is the magic that happens. When you do something that you have no experience, you have no idea, you don't know what's going to happen, you eliminate, you can fail, you can make mistakes, and you can go wrong because you don't know what you're doing. So you can make all those three things. What will happen is you're going to get result. Whatever it is that you do, you will get result. That will give you some experience about what you did. Now the question is totally different, which is mean, how does that make you feel? If it's make you feel good, that take you to another principle, which is mean everything is time and activity. So you put more time on this activity. Now, if you're not if it's not make you feel good, yeah, it's even better because now you have something to learn. We resist what we don't know. When something that's not familiar to us, we all the time go back to safety ground, to what familiar, what we know, what how it works. But when we do that, we're not going forward. We're not achieving anything new. It's everything. It's old. Now you can have a situation when you say from experience, it's not for me. But I didn't ask anybody to tell me about that because I have it myself. And I didn't feel good about that. It's not for me. I don't want to do it. But now you learn something. Now you go. That's life. Yeah. Without that, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And now most of the people want to have more. So that's the process. That's what's going on. And there is three things that we need to pay attention when we want to go ahead in life. So we need to replace our habits because we are habitual people. Even our thinking is habitual. So when you replace your habit, you start to challenge your belief because all your habits come from your belief. What you need to have to do that is imagination. Because here is another principle.
Yeah, and Haim, I
Everything-
want you to repeat those 3 points because I've been quoting you ever since you shared that with me in a conversation, and I think those 3 points are really essential for people to hear. So could you please repeat those 3 things?
I will say it that way. Your belief system, our belief system, is not ours, it's not yours. We can adapt that from our parents. When we were kids, we didn't know anything else unless what our parents talk about when they talk about themselves because they ignore us. They say, you're a kid, you're a baby, what do you know? You don't know nothing. So they talk about what's going on in their life. Over time, that's become your belief system. From your belief system, you start to have habits that come along with those beliefs. When habit is when you repeat something again and again and again, it's become habit. You don't think, you just do. So now, if you want to challenge your belief, you need to replace your habit. When you replace your habit, you say, oh, wow, I didn't know I can do that.
Yeah.
I didn't believe I can do that. You see how is it attached to your belief?
Yeah.
Now you say, what else I can do? Where is my limit? There is no limit. Now, what you need to have is imagination, which is mean everything in the universe created twice. The first time in your mind, the second time in a physical reality. When look around you, all what you see, all what you have, if you go back in time, it was not exist. Someone has to think about that and build it. That's never changed. It's the same until today, until the end of the day. You need to see something in your mind, and then you can see it in your hand. That's the way it works.
And your first client that you worked with was obviously only the beginning. So talk to us about, as I mentioned, I mean, you had a 1,400 person meetup group, you had a television show, a long way from the young man who arrived here in '96, and unable to speak English, who lived with your brother in Brooklyn. So to the extent that you can share without violating confidentiality, can you please fill us in on some of the people that you've worked with and help them to achieve what it was they were searching for?
Working with a single mother. She was selling insurance for a living. And she said to me, I don't know what is that about you, but I have the impression and the feeling that with you, I'm going to get what I'm looking for in my life. I say, okay, before I talk about how much I charge, how much you can afford me, or any other procedure, I want to know what is that you're looking for. I may say no. I don't say yes to everyone.
Yeah.
And she said, okay, fair enough. I want to be actors in movie. Say, okay, what you willing to do to make that happen? And she said, whatever it takes. I said, you know what, that's intriguing me. let's start to work. When you have income, we'll talk how you compensate me. But right now, don't worry about that. Before you know it, she start to get audition. And not only that, she get picked up in audition. Now, if you know how this industry working, they wait for a big investor to come and put a lot of money in a movie company. And they start to shoot, to roll, and all what's around that. In the meantime, she started to play in small theater in Broadway, New York. And I see her play. I went, me and my wife. 6 months ago, she called me. She said, I finished my first movie. And now, she make money from that? No, she didn't. But she played in movie. That's what she asked for. You want to be superstar, that's a different role. That's a different way to go and achieve that. But you start with that. I have many stories like that, how I help people to get, I work with lawyer. When we start to work, his office was 5 by 10, which is mean you put table, you put small cabinet, the chair is outside. You can put it in a room. In the first year, it took the whole floor. The second year, it took the whole building.
Wow.
He opened another branch in Manhattan. So I don't know law. That's not what I need to know. What I need to know is how to promote the person to go up in his business. That's a different role. That's a different path to go.
Wow. What's one thing you wish you knew before going into coaching business that someone else might be able to learn from?
Before I go to coaching business?
Yeah, what's one thing you wish you knew ahead of time?
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't wish to know nothing.
You were an open cup. You were an empty cup.
That you go and learn.
So you went in as an empty cup ready to be filled.
Okay. I have that question for a while for someone. They say, I wish I knew today, I wish I knew back then what I know today. I say, well, you will be a miserable person. Because when you know everything, nobody want to deal with you. Nobody want to be around you. Everybody stay away from you. Because you know too much. You nothing to talk to you about. But when you're open to learn, that's a different story. Everyone wants to be around you.
Yeah. And who would you say has been the most supportive of you? This is your chance to thank those who have supported you along the way.
It's obviously is my wife.
Yeah.
If I don't have her support, so I need another challenge to convince her what my way. So, and when people ask me, so what advice you give to people? I don't give advice, but you need to give something. Say, okay, what I give you, search for people that want to help and support you in what you want to do. Not to give you advice, not to give you opinion, because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They give you opinion. They have no experience. They didn't do anything in their life. How they can come and tell you how to run your life? So, but if you have their help and support without judgment, that's what you want.
And that is the perfect way to wrap up our time together. Thank you so much for zooming in from New York to share your journey with our viewers. What is the best way for people who are watching to connect with you?
I mean, you can. I have my email is Haim@inmotioncoach.com, or to call me by phone 516-424-6289. I'm available all the time. If I don't answer the same moment, I will answer in a day. I have a presence on LinkedIn. I have presence on Facebook. I have YouTube account. I have three YouTube accounts. Yeah, and I love to meet people all the time. Before I decide to work with them or not to work with them, first we're meeting. We're talking.
Yeah. And when in doubt, they can Google you. I mean, I had absolutely, InMotionCoach.com is also his company website. So thank you again for joining us today and
Thank you
sharing
for
your
having me.
Inspire story. So now, as for our upcoming episodes, some of our future exciting guests include Shalita Hale, Vice President and Small Business Lender with Imito, Jose Gonzalez, Wealth Mindset Coach and host of the Wealth Mindset Podcast, and many more. Please believe me when I say you don't want to miss what any of our future guests have to say about their individual journeys. And if you missed any of our past guests and you want to check out what they had to say, you can catch all of season 1 and 2 on the What the Why page of RVN Television's website, as well as on Roku. You have so many viewing choices these days, so thank you very much for watching our show, and please tell a friend or colleague about us. As a reminder, What the Why airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is different now for some states, as well as on Mondays at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and is available within a few days to a week after the episode airs on demand at RVN Television, as well as on Roku. And please remember, whether you're looking to make changes in your life, no matter how big or small, join us again for more inspiring and informative conversations with leaders such as Haim, who overcame whatever challenges or learning opportunities that needed to be pursued to find their core purpose and live it.